Very metal
just
smelling.
Just like you smell the cork in wine tasting.
Are we recording?
Soak the cork.
You cork soaker.
Pull up.
I've been soaking the cork all my life.
Hit shot. Drink. Sit down. Drink. Stand up. Wait. I did that out of order.
No, it's not how it goes at all.
Yeah, whatever.
Sit down. Wait.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Wait.
Wait your turn.
Wait. Hold on. Stand up. Wait. Sit back down.
Mess the lyrics up.
No. Hold up. Do nothing. You're doing too much.
I need to drink.
Do more. Well, you got to do more than that. You're just laying there.
Do better.
Give me the bottle. Give it to me right now.
Oh boy. There's a lot of head in this.
So, I was listening to. I think that's something we should do. Maybe a bit. I don't know. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Good to know.
Whoops. Hello.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're going to let that beer sit for a little bit because it's got a lot of head.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. The Elton John classic.
What about it?
I've never actually listened to it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who's Elton John?
Seriously. It's a fantastic album.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic album. Everybody always says how good it is, blah, 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 blah. But, man, it's so good.
I mean, it goes by the same principle we always talked about. The first three songs are classic songs.
Yep. Whenever you can get that trifecta, man, you got an album that has 3 tracks on it that are back-to-back classics. You got yourself a classic album.
Well, I think on that one there's like a longer intro, right?
Yeah, the first song is like 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then it goes into...
Then it goes into 3 classic
tracks. Like Candle in the Wind, then Benny and the Jets.
Yeah.
Benny!
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Those are the 3. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yellow Brick Road.
Exactly.
That one?
Every single song is sung like that.
Just
Every
Benny
Elton
and the
John
Jets.
song is Benny and the Jets.
That's why it's 3 classic songs.
It's like, that's all I got, man.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh.
That's not me. Was that you?
No.
Is that the laptop?
It's not mine.
Laptop.
Yo, mute you shit, B.
Yeah.
Mine don't make noises like that.
Yo, shut you shit.
The fuck is that, bro?
It sounds like metal.
Yeah, something's dangling on something else. Anyway, I was just thinking, like, there's a lot of albums that are like classic albums that I don't think I've ever actually sit down and like listen to all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, like Wish You Were Here is another one. Like I've listened to it, but I haven't really sat down and like really taken it in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's me. Sorry, that's my fault. I apologize.
Yeah, we know.
You the worst.
Yeah.
Do you have like a list going now? Or?
I was thinking about making one.
Okay.
Making up a list, checking it twice. I also have Apple Music. I did their free trial to kind of compare them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 months.
How's that title trial? Stupid.
Didn't do that. Didn't do that.
Yes,
No.
you did.
I didn't do it. I didn't pay for that.
Yes, you did.
Right.
Oh, well, it's recorded.
No. What I'm saying is, you know, I can't. I got no cop out. I didn't fucking do it. Anyway,
Okay.
hand me that, please.
Still had
The bottle.
Still had
the bottle, not the fucking beer.
Dogfish Head.
Thank you.
75-minute IPA. You're welcome.
This is myself, Marco Dupa. Included with me is Adam Obesius Rodriguez and Sports with Dave Romero.
Oi, oi.
Oh, man. We were in the liquor store and we saw this and was like, that's it. Saw the maple syrup. Dogfish Head 75-minute IPA. A bottle-conditioned Indian Pale Ale with maple syrup. I'm very excited to try this, especially since it looks like Groucho Marx in a cowboy shirt on the front cover.
Yeah.
Is that not what I'm looking at?
It's accurate, yeah.
That's not Eugene Levy?
He looks like a rockabilly.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the One Baron Podcast.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Lost to be found by someone to save your
That should be our new theme song.
The champion.
This is the One Beer In podcast.
The 1985 aerobics championship. Is it good?
What?
The beer.
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, Mark.
Well, I'm saying, does it look good enough to drink since
Yeah,
you
it does
don't know
look
how to
pretty
pour
good to
beers?
drink.
Since you're supposed to be the beer sommelier here and don't know how to pour the goddamn beer. I'm upset with you. Disappointed in you.
I'm not from Africa.
Thank you. Yeah, you really did put a lot of head in it.
Listen, it's not me. Okay? Not me.
Who is it? Who is it then?
Groucho Marx.
I'll wait.
It's a lot of the fizzy bubbly. Anyway,
I can't start this podcast without beer in my goddamn gullet.
shut up.
David.
Shut up. Shut up. You want... Here.
Shut up, Benny. Shut up.
Shut up, you fat shits. That's all you get.
All right.
All right.
Drink it.
Red Solo Cup clink.
Fuck. Clack.
Boom.
Clack. Do you taste the maple syrup?
Squirted a little bit.
I mean,
All right.
it's not bad.
Let's just we'll save it for the end.
But... all right, gentlemen, how's it going?
Not bad. How about you?
I'm all right. It's a long fucking week. I know you've had a long week.
Oh my god.
Sure is cold outside.
That weather out
Want to
there.
talk about the weather? Because by God, we can.
No. Good.
Good.
I just had a good Friday dinner.
Yeah, you went to Texas de Brazil,
Texas de Brasil.
and you said you hadn't gone before, right?
No, I've never been.
I'm surprised. Well,
Yeah.
surprised and not surprised at the same time.
Well, oh yeah, because it's so fucking expensive.
It's not that expensive.
You know, he's not gonna fucking pay that price for
It's
that.
not that expensive.
I'll go on my.
Oh, it's not. It's
I'll go on my birthday. I'm gonna make my girlfriend pay for it. It's not that expensive.
You don't think $50 a plate is expensive?
I mean, it's not a really a plate because you get like refilling plate.
Yeah, I guess.
$50 for a nice dinner is really not that bad. Really not that bad at all.
For one person.
Yeah, it's really not. You spend over
Let me ask you.
$100 for a dinner. That's a fancy ass dinner. $50 isn't bad. It's really not, especially if you like. Okay, with this, you're not considering that you don't get any drinks or anything with it, but
That's not dinner then.
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're spending $50 on basically like
I see
one
what
part of
you're
the
saying.
meal.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying if you go out to dinner in total, including drinks,
Right.
and it's $50 a person, that's
not
reasonable.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to.
I would say, yeah, I would agree with that. That's reasonable.
Right.
But at Texas de Brazil, you are paying extra for your drinks.
Right. That's where they get you.
Yeah. So there's more to it. than
No, they get you as soon as you sit down.
that. Oh yeah.
Because I probably didn't eat $50 worth of food.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh man, I got my money's worth.
I was gonna
when
say
I
that's
went.
gonna be my goal when I
Yeah.
go.
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep shoveling that shit into your face until you gotta, waddle out of there.
Well, I mean-
for those that don't know, Texas de
Yeah.
Brazil is a restaurant here in Orlando, Florida, nestled deeply in the tourist trap area.
Is it only here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's one in Texas and one in Brazil.
No.
Anyway, you sit down. It is a fancy buffet for $50 a plate.
Yeah.
But you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Marco.
Right, true. No, yeah,
Anyway.
of course. That's true.
It's $50 a plate, but they give you amazing stuff. I think I had 3 filet mignons.
I mean, honestly, if you're eating that quality of meat,
I had some lamb chops.
$50.
Yeah.
I had some Brazilian sausage.
Because if you go to a place and get filet mignon, that'll cost you like what, $15, maybe $20, depending
Yeah.
on how big a slice you're getting, or how big a cut of meat slice.
A little more. Filet mignon is a little more expensive.
Do you,
and it's not fish. You guys know that? It's not fish.
What, filet mignon?
No, I'm just kidding, yeah.
It's not the mignon fish?
Yeah.
The mignon fish?
Do you get any like sides with that too, or is it just?
Yeah, there's like a little buffet area full of like salads and shit. And
Yeah.
like, they got this really dank mozzarella cheese balls, son. You
Yeah.
throw them up against the wall and they
Yeah.
stick.
Fuck yeah.
Dank.
Then you can just eat them off the wall, bro.
About
You
that.
just go in there and put your
No,
mouth
yeah,
on
there's
the
a
wall.
little salad bar. Well, it's salad, but then there's other shit. They got rice and beans at them.
Yeah.
I know you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got a little shit to add on there. I mean, the main goal is to shovel your face with as much meat as possible.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's a vegan's nightmare over
As
there.
always.
Yeah, well,
Boneyard sitting in my plate, man. Disgusting. But yeah, he sat down. I guess he didn't know what kind of restaurant he was in, and he just like he sat really close to me, and my plate was the only one that I wasn't getting up because I wasn't missing anything that was coming by.
yeah.
He just sat down. He took a look at my plate, and he just like, those poor animals.
How do you know he was a vegan? Did you talk to him about it?
What you mean? How do I know he's a vegan?
Did he walk up and announce it before he sat down?
No, he just sat down with just the salad,
Yeah.
no meat, just vegetables and everything. And then for the rest of the meal, he said it. Someone else announced it too.
Man, so you spent $50 for salad?
Yeah,
Ooh, that hurts.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
man.
Did you ask him? I'm always interested when people do drastic things like that with their diets.
Drastic.
I mean, that's drastic. Not just like not eating meat, but I'm saying like
just
a vegan
radical
diet
shit like
is
that.
a radical
It's a complete
diet.
life change.
That's and I'm always interested. Is it a moral thing or is it a dietary thing?
I think it's usually a moral thing.
I think so too. When people like when you were talking about you saw those videos. That was you, right?
Those
We were
poor
talking about
cows.
that. Yeah.
And then you said some stupid shit after that.
What did I say?
I was buying almond milk, and he's like, "Yeah, but did you stop to think about all those poor almonds that died?" I just wanted to slap him in the face.
That's a good joke. Fuck you. It's a good one. I don't give a fuck.
He said it with like a real serious face too. He's like, "Did you ever think of like, what am I missing?"
That's that's a good joke. I don't care who you.
I don't
are.
care who you're.
That's a good joke.
No, I didn't bother talking to him.
Okay. All right. I guess fair enough.
Busy.
Busy eating all those
shoveling
animals.
your face. Did you get? Did they have the sausage? The sausage links?
Yeah, the Brazilian sausage, slam.
Man, yeah. Fuck yeah. If I remembered anything, it was those fucking sausages.
Those are
bro.
pretty good. Yeah, you're right. Because I never tasted any sauces like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth it.
Anyway,
This is the One Sausage In podcast.
I mean, I'd like to just turn it into a food review.
You could do that
podcast.
on your own time, Adam.
Yeah.
You can put one sausage in anywhere on your own time. Okay.
Yeah, you
Maybe
got that
even
right.
two. DP sausage podcast.
Ooh.
I love getting my sausages in.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so many things happen in the world of what the
Of
fuck
the
ever
world.
we talk about,
Of the world
which
of
is
worlds.
everything. I mean, the first thing I mean, we just dive right into the thing that you posted, which was the Nintendo leak.
I didn't read it.
You didn't read it? You didn't have to.
Yeah, no, it's
I
pretty
mean,
simple story.
Yeah, it's real. And
So-
they talk about
Yeah, today Nintendo officially announced that they're coming out with, surprise, another Pokemon game, which has people excited. I think it's like Night and Day or something like that.
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. Yeah, that's right. Sun and Moon.
Pokemon.
So, with that, before they officially announced it, that news leaked from some, unspecified source,
Right.
who also claimed, because that leak was true, also claimed that the NX is going to launch with an up-res, higher quality version of the new Zelda game coming out for Wii U this year. And apparently, the NX is supposed to come out by end of year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty soon.
Very
Yeah.
soon.
Uh-huh.
Very soon. So
For us not even knowing if it exists or not.
Yeah, and even between console generations,
Yeah.
Wii U isn't that old.
Yeah, it's
Right,
like, what,
right.
3 years old?
Yeah,
Not even
maybe.
that?
3-4 years old. Maybe.
they've abandoned that ship though.
Yeah, they definitely have.
So
we did this already.
yeah.
This is what it should have been the first time.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, people are saying that this is exactly what they did with the generation between the GameCube and the Wii, because they had what was that Zelda game that they're just now re-releasing in
Wind Waker?
HD? No, after that.
Twilight Princess.
Yes, was that after or before Wind Waker? I forget.
I was after.
Okay, Twilight Princess.
Even I knew that.
Okay. They
Sips beer incredulously.
actually. So they did the same thing with Twilight Princess, where they
Toilet Princess.
Toilet Princess,
Princess.
ladies. I pictured a girl whose name is Toilet Princess, and
ladies is a really weird word for a man to say in that tone.
Ladies.
You cannot make that word sexy or normal. I walked by two girls at my job and I was like, "Excuse me, ladies," and I felt weird.
Yeah. If you end your sentence with ladies.
Yeah.
But you can start your sentence. You can go, ladies.
Right. Okay. No. That's an excellent point.
And if you're a
end
DJ,
the sentence
especially
with ladies, it's weird. But you can start it with ladies. Okay.
I think same thing with babies. Babies is weird too.
Babies?
Yeah.
What's up, babies? It's like a room full of babies.
Yet you can say babies.
Hey, babies.
This is my intention here.
Babies.
I think.
Listen, babies.
If you say babies, I imagine just a room full of babies and you're dictating to them. Listen, babies.
Listen, babies.
Look here, babies.
But if you say it at the end of the sentence, I just think you're some creepy foreign guy. It's like, babies.
What's up, babies?
What's up, babies?
Yeah.
Babies.
Anyway, Zelda.
Beautiful
Right.
babies.
Yeah.
Toilet Princess.
Toilet Princess.
Wow, what a tangent.
Ladies.
These are the important things, man.
Yeah, right? That's what people tune in for.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically doing the same thing they did with Toilet Princess, which is they're going to come out with this game that you can get early on an inferior console. And then they're going to come out with the real version, basically.
I thought all consoles were inferior.
PC Master Race. So that's why it said in the article that people were like Wii U owners were upset.
Yeah,
because they're not getting the highest quality version of the game.
Well, it's not only that, but I mean they've been waiting for a very long time. Like, mind you, Wii U owners are generally pretty dedicated to the system.
Yeah, there's no Zelda for Wii U yet.
Oh,
yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Other than the HD,
says the guy who's never beaten one.
No, I'm not saying the Zelda thing. I'm saying don't dedicate to a technology that's basically dead. They're like Nintendo doesn't even give a shit about the Wii U.
Well, how do you
don't dedicate to that?
That's not good to say that. Then
their
why are you
fault.
buying a console? Because it's not like they released it and they're like, we're not going to really support this, but buy it.
Right.
Well,
It's their fault if they bought it last month.
Right, and even if you're a loyal Wii U owner, I mean, all three of us own the Wii U, but none of us are fretting over it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they never make another game for it, I still got Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
that's all it is.
That's all it is a Smash
Super
Bros.
Smash
players.
Bros. Machine.
Smash and Kart, like that's all that I really care about in that system. But
that's what I'm saying. Don't dedicate to it.
See, that's hard though, because some people, and mind you, like maybe they should have studied a bit more. Maybe it's just their taste. But some people only have the money to get one console, and they chose the Wii U.
I mean, this is gonna be harsh, but they fucked up.
Yeah,
you fucked up.
Congratulations.
You played yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna save money for a console, you didn't pick one of the two big ones, or even, try to build a rig, or just buy an Alienware or something.
But I mean, on that same note, you can't, like you're saying, play Smash or Kart, and like maybe those people really love those games.
You got to make some sacrifices, man.
Yeah.
You got to be able to keep your eye on the tides. You know what I'm saying?
So, but what if Smash is your game?
If Smash is my game, that's it. That's all
because there
I
are
play.
diehard Smash players like that.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely people go to these tournaments and stuff, and they dedicate their lives to it. I mean, I get that, but don't. You can't dedicate to something like that. You have to know if you're a loyal
this Thanksgiving
gamer.
Don't.
If you're a loyal gamer, you know that the Wii. Honestly, I don't trust Nintendo when it comes to anything. With the way that they've rolled out their amiibos, with the way that they rolled out their GameCube replica controllers, and then the adapters that were supposed to go with the Smash Bros. Game. Everything. Anytime they've ever rolled out anything of note that was cool, it's always been weird or kind of like not trustworthy, or you know what I'm saying. Like the.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think you see it and you don't take it as like for the bigger picture, where they're doing things that people aren't doing.
What do you mean?
Like no one else is coming out with. Well, granted, nobody else has other controllers, but that's even part of the charm of the Wii U is that there are different controllers.
Right.
They don't stick to one thing. Xbox and PlayStation have generally had the same controllers and only one type of controller.
Yeah, I get that, and I'm not shitting on Nintendo as like they're not innovative and they're not doing things that other consoles or other companies aren't doing. I mean, that's why I even bought one, because I do respect the company. But on the same token, if they can't make enough product for their loyal fans, or purposefully not make enough product to, drum up passion and demand for it just to fuck with people.
They're still a company, Mark. Their goal is to make money.
No, I get that. So why not make enough to sell?
Supply and demand.
They're not supplying the demand.
No, there's high demand because there's little supply.
Yeah, that's what they did for the Wii originally.
Right. Okay. So you drum up demand for it, but then you never sell it. Then you're not making money. How long did it take for those adapters to come out?
I don't know, Mark. How long did it
take? It took forever.
Still not out.
No. They're out now. But when I first got the Wii U and the Super Smash Bros, I went to GameStop. I went online. I was looking for it forever. They had Japanese companies were coming out with third-party adapters.
Can I paint a little bit of a bigger picture for you?
Paint a picture.
So
for me, Dave.
They released the adapters in limited quantities. How desperate were you to get that adapter? Were you desperate enough to maybe purchase a controller similar to a GameCube controller that Nintendo already sells?
Yeah.
That could just plug into your Wiimote? You don't see that as sort of a correlation?
But they could have made more money off of the GameCube controller and the adapter.
They don't sell GameCube controllers anymore.
Yeah, they do.
They sell them?
Yes.
Nintendo.
Nintendo sells... This is what I'm saying. They made a controller specific to Super Smash Bros., which is basically the GameCube controller. But they called it the Fight Pad. And that's...
I don't think they made that.
They did. Look it up. It's Nintendo.
Is it the one you have?
No, it's a different one. It's Nintendo licensed. It's their controller. They made it, and then they made an adapter.
Adam.
It's not the ones that have like the character colors on
No,
them?
not those. I'm telling you,
how
it's
did
a different
that company
one.
get the right to do that?
They went through Nintendo. Nintendo gave them the permission to make those third-party controllers.
It's not from Nintendo, it's just licensed for Nintendo.
But these controllers were made by Nintendo, and then you plug into the Nintendo-created adapter, which plugged into the Wii U. So you would make $20 off the adapter, and then another $20 off the controller if you supplied the demand.
Right, and this is specifically for the diehard audience that doesn't want
specifically
any lag in their
right,
fighting.
exactly, because the third-party fight pads, there's that half-second lag, and if you're a guy who plays in tournaments, that's a no-go, man. You can't have that shit.
You're losing.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when you do shit like that, and then remember the gold-plated Zelda Wii U, or not Wii U, 3DS or something. One of those. Remember the special edition one? They made like 5 of them. Like that kind of shit. I get that they're trying to, like I said before, they're trying to drum up that passion. I get that, but at some point you have to go, okay, man. Like I want to give you my money. Just give me the opportunity to give you my money because I want the thing that you're selling.
I mean, they're notoriously bad with any kind of hardware.
Right.
I mean, just across the board.
So I say that to circle all the way back around to you shouldn't be trusting this Nintendo as a company when it comes to how long they are going to make something for that thing that you bought, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I wouldn't put my eggs in that basket.
It's going to be interesting to see how NX turns out, because I think that Nintendo as a brand, and the Nintendo that we know as of right now, it is. Really all depends on how NX turns out. Like, there's so much on the line with NX. So I feel like the NX could be a Dreamcast if they don't play their cards right.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if they play their cards right.
No, Dreamcast sold horribly.
But it was great.
Yeah, but nobody bought it.
Well, that's kind of the same thing with what they're dealing with now. I mean, the Wii U is a good console. Yeah, I like it.
It's fine.
I enjoy it, but...
I mean, if it would have come out when the Xbox 360 came out, maybe we'd be having a different conversation right now.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, so... It's... Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. When it comes out, I'll probably buy it depending on the price.
Yeah. I mean, we've mentioned the rumors on exactly what it is before on this podcast, but... Just to reiterate, they were saying that it's probably going to have something to do with a mobile functionality alongside a home console. So sort of the idea expanded of what the Wii U seemed to be at first glance. You know, you have that gamepad.
Yeah. And I thought it was an actual...
Oh, that's what everybody thought.
Pad.
Everybody thought it was a portable pad that you could take wherever you wanted to. But
I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's such a tease to have the controller that you play the game with have a screen on it. And not just any screen. That wasn't a Dreamcast screen. That was an HD screen. That shit looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you can't walk away with it?
Well, I mean, not only that, but the fact that you can't even like go into a different room with it.
Like, barely.
You know? Like,
I tried to play it while taking a dump. Didn't happen.
No, it doesn't work.
Did not happen.
No. So
that's disappointing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like I hope that they've learned their lesson with the Wii U. Because it just didn't work. It was clearly a crash and burn situation that I don't want to see Nintendo back into, because I have this strong allegiance to Nintendo deep down, probably more for their software nowadays, because their hardware is unreliable. But nonetheless, like, I grew up playing Nintendo. That's where my heart is.
Yeah,
that's where I first started gaming. So
see, I don't feel that thing for Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I love it.
Were you a Sega kid?
I was. We've talked about this. That's Sega all the way, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm die for Sega.
One of those.
Die for Sega.
Yeah, where they at now?
Dying. I mean, I'm not saying they were like a perfect company, but they did their thing. Anyway,
go play some Vector Man.
We'll see about that. Yo, don't try to fucking shit on Vector Man, okay? Vector Man was the shit. Yeah. That game was awesome.
Game sucked.
Fuck you. That game was incredible.
Says the guy who's bad at platforms.
Yeah, whatever. Mario's better.
Okay.
You're right, though.
Anyway, so speaking of games, playing games, getting into new games, Dave.
What's up?
I mean, you posted some shit about Super Hot. And after you posted that shit, I read some shit about Super Hot.
Fire.
Super Hot is real cool.
And it looked pretty cool. Break it down for me a little bit, because I need a little bit more detail. Right. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at.
So Super Hot is a rapper on YouTube.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. But no, that
it really
you could look up Super Hot Fire, and it's pretty funny.
The first video is pretty
he battles
funny.
Chris Rock eventually.
Yeah.
But anyway, now Super Hot the game is enough for the last taste. So don't drink that shit.
Okay. What are we gonna pass it around like communion?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, continue, please. Super Hot.
Super Hot.
Super Hot is a first-person shooter with a little twist. It's sort of micro levels, little micro levels, mini levels, in which just people are trying to kill you with guns and bats. But the twist is the bullets and everybody only move when you move. So it gives you time to stop and assess the situation. If someone shoots at you, you have the opportunity to dodge that bullet, literally. And what's really cool is when you finish the level, all your moves are strung together in one fluid movement, so you look like a complete badass when you finish the level. So pretty much every level starts off the same. So you start it off, you look around, you find the enemies, or you walk around corners and find the enemies. They see you, they try to kill you, and they give you a lot of stuff in the environment to like grab and throw at them. But even those objects don't move unless you move. So everything you do advances the time. So if you pick up a gun, the time it takes you to pick up that gun advances the time. If you shoot a bullet, the pulling of the trigger advances the time until you start moving again. But
that sounds like The One with Jet Li.
Yeah, I said the same thing kind of to Adam. I was like, you're like Neo in this game because you see everything happen. Like you have time to react to it. So like there's guys with shotguns, and the shotguns are, it's pellet spray, and you can see that coming, and you just step way out of the way. And since it's a shotgun, it takes a little bit for it to reload again. And the gun, you can't just go boom, 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 boom. It takes time for the, like, I guess theoretically the chamber to come back for the next bullet. So you can't just shoot and not move. So it takes that into account too.
That's pretty cool.
It's a really fun game. I like it, and there's a little bit of a story to it.
So you kind of run through. You kind of try to create the perfect run, a la Hotline Miami.
If you have an awesome run, you have the ability to edit that run and then upload it to like a website. It's called Killstagram. I think Killstagram. I think something like that. But anyway, it's just a bunch of people just posting like their run, and it's really cool. There's one guy that just jumped over everybody and stabbed them with a sword. And it's really it's you'll check it out. You'll see.
I like that. Yeah,
it's a very minimalist style too.
Yeah.
Like everything's like in
it's
tiles and
polygons.
Stuff. Yeah, polygons.
It's polygons.
The bad guys are red.
Do you think that adds to the charm, or would you like?
Definitely, because there's no other game that looks like it.
Yeah.
So definitely because of that, it kind of took me by surprise, like the menus and everything, because it looks like an old like CRT monitor kind of style, where like everything's text and you have to type everything in. But yeah, that's part of it. And then they have this weird part where like I don't know enough about the game yet, the story, to explain it, but there's just some weird shit that happens where like the screen gets all warpy and weird.
Yeah.
And something's going on. There's definitely like something, maybe like a hacker group, or you're on drugs or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll see.
All right.
It's cool.
And the second latest game you were playing, which Adam started to kind of explain The Division to me. Tom Clancy's The Division.
Yeah.
He started to kind of, right. He started to try to kind of explain it to me a little bit, and it sounded way better than what like I thought. And you said it was like it reminded you of Destiny.
It pretty much is Destiny.
And
but
like
better.
When you said that also interested me too, because like taking real people, putting them in the real world, but having the same mechanics of a game like Destiny.
Yeah,
that sounds incredible.
Pretty seamless too, because okay, so from the beginning, the Division is a Tom Clancy game, but it's not your typical Tom Clancy game. So Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, all that shit. You get hit a couple times, 2 times, you're dead. You shoot anybody 2 times, they're dead. It's not like that. Think of it like Destiny, where you have an enemy who's a certain level, and if your gun is a higher level than that enemy, you'll kill them faster. Yeah. So obviously higher level, you can one-shot someone at a certain point. But when I started off, I was just like, what? I don't understand why is it taking so long to kill this person? They're like bullet sponges. Yeah. But that wasn't the case. Later on, it clicked, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is like an MMORPG kind of." Yeah. It takes a lot. It borrows a lot from MMORPGs, and it borrows a lot from Destiny too. Okay. But the whole premise of it is it's Black Friday in New York City, and a terrorist group, I think, releases a virus that pretty much wipes out the entire city, and you are part of a elite response group called the Division. And the city's just going crazy. People are looting and rioting, and there's a bunch of vandals, and those are the people that you're pretty much fighting. Yeah. There's a couple different factions. I like the way that they did a lot of the concept art. Like there's a group of like just crazed people that are just trying to save the city, but they're doing it in a very radical way. They're called the Cleaners, and they burn anybody who they see who is not one of them. So in order to kill the virus, they set it on fire. So they pretty much destroy the city in order to save it. Yeah. And then you have other groups like a militia and a couple mercenaries, but you don't get to see that in the beta. But the coolest part about it is how seamlessly you transition into the multiplayer. Right. So you have like the peaceful like single player / multiplayer area where you can see other people playing on the streets, and you can run up to them and you can ask them to join your party. You can run off on missions together. So that part is not where it's like in like Destiny, because Destiny, you have to jump out, go to a lobby, get them in your fire team where you can run together. Yeah. This one, you see someone on the street, you literally can wave them down. Yeah. You can ask them for help. They run over, ask them to join your squad. You guys run off. So doing
what Destiny should have done.
Yeah, you run off on your mission. Together with whoever you find.
Pretty cool.
And that's any time in the game. The other thing that I thought was really cool about it is that the chat, the voice chat, is pretty much just distance based, like proximity, like how close you are to someone dictates if you can hear them or not. So there's like
that's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah. So there was a part where I was in like the competitive multiplayer called the Dark Zone, and I'm running down an alley. And another guy's running down the alley, like coming towards me, and then another dude comes behind him that he's playing with, and I stop and I raise my gun, and he you can hear him go, hey, watch this guy, and we're just like walking by each other with our guns pointing at each other. I'm like, hey man, I'm not gonna shoot you, and he's like, all right, cool, and we just ran and we never saw each other again for the rest of the game.
That's so cool.
Be cool.
Yeah. So it was just him and his other dude just like waiting for me to like shoot because they didn't want any trouble. I don't want no trouble.
I don't want no trouble.
I was Jackie Chan.
No, that's awesome.
But no, like there's a huge, strong RPG element to it. There's a looting element to it where you have to find better loot. You got to find better gear. It's a little bit more in depth than Destiny, where it's like, all right, you got your exotic gun, but that's about it. Now you can get your I only got up to like the rare guns. That's all they don't. That's not all they give you, but I didn't have enough time to play.
Yeah.
You got your rare guns, and then you have your attachments, and your attachments are also rare, legendary, or exotic. They're not. That's not what it's called, but it's pretty much apples to apples in that aspect. So it's a little bit like that, where you can pick all the attachments to your gun, so you can tweak it however you want.
Yeah.
Same thing with your armor and all that. It's more diverse in how you can gear your play style too, and just like Destiny, like there's no classes, but at any time you can switch between the equivalent of Hunter, Titan, and Warlock.
That's pretty cool. So it's the beta weekend is over.
Yeah,
and there's nothing else
until next week when it actually drops.
It comes out on March 8th.
Yeah, I'm
gonna get that. That sounds good. I'm sorry I missed the beta, but it sounds good.
No, I got it on PC.
Okay, well, okay. You said you got it. Oh yeah, that's right. You got it on PC, so we're not going to be able to find it.
Yeah, I was pretty sure like you guys weren't going to play or dedicate to us. I was like, I'm just going to get on computer.
Well, you got it for free though, right?
I'm not going to buy it again.
Why not?
Because I can't transfer my character over.
That's true.
If I can, maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah, okay.
But I didn't tell you about the best part, because the Dark Zone is the best part. So the Dark Zone is pretty much just imagine you're like in a city, and the deeper into the city you go, the harder it gets. So it's player versus player, and then it's also player versus environment. So you could be running down the street, and another fire team or a group of guys that's playing has gone what's called rogue, and they're killing other players. And because they've gone rogue, their bounty is higher on their head. The more people they kill, the higher it gets.
It's like GTA.
Yeah. It's like GTA. Yep. So, okay, I didn't even realize that. They borrow from GTA too.
Yeah.
But you can hunt down other players too.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it is, since it's a more difficult area, loot is much harder to get. So that's the coveted part of it. So you can get better loot by going into the Dark Zone. But it's player versus player. So if my loot sucks, if I'm getting shitty loot, I can just wait till I find someone else with loot.
Yeah.
And I can kill them.
Just take them out.
At any point.
That's pretty cool.
And I can take their loot. There's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
to
get the loot, to get it back to your base, you have to, it's quote unquote contaminated, because you're in a virus-ridden zone.
Yeah.
So you have to decontaminate it before you can actually use it. So you have to airlift it out. You have to get to extraction points.
Yeah.
And when you get to the extraction points, everybody knows that there's a helicopter coming.
So if they shoot it down.
So if you want to fuck with someone, you just wait till someone calls an extraction point, run up there, just wait for them to start putting it onto the helicopter.
Now that's my problem.
That's what makes it fun,
people
though, Mark.
do that shit all over GTA, and it ruins it.
This isn't GTA. This is more people think like you than people in GTA.
Yeah.
So they don't want people to be assholes.
Yeah.
They want to keep their loot, and they don't want to get fucked with, so they don't do that shit. When an extraction point gets dropped, a lot of people, very rarely did I see someone, which was really cool, because when I did see people hunting out, waiting, I knew what they were doing immediately, because when you get loot, you get this big bright yellow pack on your back.
Yeah.
And then you would see people come up to the extraction point with nothing. And if you notice that, everybody's guns are drawn on those two people that show up, and they're just waiting for them to fuck up. Some people just shoot them just to be safe. Yeah. But it's really cool how tense those moments get, because when you get really good loot and you're like, I really want this shit, I'm gonna be pissed if I die.
Yeah.
It gets very, very, very tense.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. So you should definitely pick it up. I think you'd like it.
Sounds like it. I'm excited about that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, boy.
You got anything?
Do we want to talk a little bit about Deadpool, since we all seen it?
Well, I did want to talk about that, but I also wanted to talk about the anti-piracy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty relevant, especially considering,
Apple backdoor.
Well, not that. Well, that does make it way more relevant than it would have been. But also just the fact that, I mean, all these games are kind of, like you got this game just for buying something else, right?
Yeah, I got a new graphics card.
And then they just...
By the way, my PC is VR ready.
That's exciting. So then they just give you, like, what, a download code for this game?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And, I don't know. What should we go into? I don't know.
I don't know how long we can riff on that, but go for it.
Yeah. Just in case we don't get to Deadpool, we all liked it. That's all you gotta know.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Go watch it.
Did you see with Ellie?
Yeah.
What did she think about it?
She liked it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, cool.
What, you didn't think she would? What kind of movies does she like?
Not
Rom-coms,
scary.
not scary movies.
Rom-coms.
Yeah, the usual.
I mean, it was technically a rom-com.
Yeah, in a way.
There's a rom-com in
She
there.
likes comedies too, though, and it had a lot of humor in it. So
yeah, no, it was really funny.
Yeah,
I think it was funny for anybody as long as you can stomach the violence.
Right, I
think you can.
And actually, she really likes superhero movies too. So.
Yeah.
Have
you seen the post of Ryan Reynolds? And I think he's going, if you brought any kids to the movie theater, and then he explains like where babies come from.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny because I mean it's true. He said he didn't have any kids in his theater.
Just
teenagers. I don't remember.
I know I had some. You said you didn't have any
I don't
either?
remember
I thought you
seeing
had
any.
one. Oh, okay.
I just had younger teens.
Yeah, no, I had a fucking... I wouldn't call him a toddler. Kid looked at least...
Toddlish.
I'd say 8.
Okay.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what they do. They wait for an opportunity to start dropping F-bombs. As soon as they hear an adult drop one, then they go, well, mommy said fuck. And it's like, you don't repeat that. Well, you said it. You said fuck. Over and over
We're
and over again.
in the dark zone.
Fuck you, mom.
Yeah, like you said, suffice to say, good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's like, I mean, if you haven't seen it...
Yeah, we mentioned it. That's the only reason I wanted to bring it up, because we mentioned it on the podcast when we saw the preview or heard about it actually coming to fruition.
Right.
So everything that we said, basically, that we were hoping it to be, actually came true.
Right.
It broke the fourth wall the way that we wanted to, in a non-intrusive, stupid way.
Yeah.
And it was very true to the character, rated R, as it should be.
Yeah. Movie.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it people saw it who didn't even care about the character.
Right.
So
it's transcended its original target audience.
Yeah.
So,
and we can really go into the implications of it. But the anti-piracy stuff, I think, is a big deal.
Okay, let's go into that then.
The only reason I wanted to bring it up was because I wanted to ask how you guys honestly felt about it. Because, especially for somebody like yourself, Dave, who plays PC games, it's obviously much easier for piracy groups to pirate games and, throw them up there for free. You download them. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying allegedly.
I do, Adam. I illegally download games.
You don't do that ever.
Without paying for them.
Nope, not even once.
Now, my question is, I mean, how do you feel about this? Like, what does it do for you as a gamer that companies are starting to get ahead of these organizations?
First off, I think
download a bear?
Would you
download a bear?
You wouldn't download a car.
No.
So stupid.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, when I don't know, I've seen a lot, like, these cracking groups, these forums. They are all pretty, like, geniuses, like they take the time out of their life to do these things, and some of them, they make it their lives. And then you have the opposite end of it, the companies trying to keep them from doing that. I think it's always been interesting to watch how difficult they make it just for them to crack it, like, almost immediately.
Right.
So I think this is cool that, like, they're actually presenting a challenge. For me personally, it doesn't really impact me. When I download a game, it's legitimately just to try it. Like, I don't ever beat those games fully.
Yeah.
So even if I do beat those games, or not beat those games, but even if I download it and play it, it's more than likely if I like it, I'm going to buy it legitimately.
Right.
Because it's more of a hassle, and it's a lot more dangerous for my computer to keep bootlegging games.
Right.
Because, they could just sneak a virus in there whenever.
Right.
I've had to wipe my whole drive like multiple times because I downloaded something that was bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But honestly, like the games that are pirated are not lost sales because the people that pirate have no intention to buy them anyway.
Well, I guess that's a good point. That's true. But on the one hand, on the other hand, it is people who, and this goes for like the music industry also. Like people, if you never had the opportunity to pirate something, you would not. Everybody, but most people would just buy that thing outright just to have it, and then listen to it or play it then. And if they didn't like it, they just had to deal with it. That's how it was back in the day.
Right.
You had to just buy it and go, I hope that it's good.
But I think piracy itself is a good and bad thing, and like it's a double-edged sword because at the same time you have people like me that go, all right, well if it's good I'm going to buy it, but I don't want to buy it outright first and then find out that it's shitty.
Yeah.
And then you have the other side where people just go, I'm not going to buy that game if I can just get it for free.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, one game that's out right now that has De Novo, the new anti-piracy software on it, is Just Cause 3.
Yeah.
And I want to play it, but I don't care that I can't play it right now. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I'm not fiending for it, and I never will because it's one of those games that I just don't care about.
I guess the question comes in, like, once they put this technology on, they start putting it on big AAA games like Call of Duties and the Battlefields and things of that nature, where people can't, and those are the games that they really want to play, and they're not going to be able to pirate them. What is that going to do to the industry itself? I mean,
I still don't think there will be an impact because people that don't want to buy it aren't going to. The big games that I want to play, I buy.
Well, I think that they piracy. Well, not piracy, but anti-piracy feeds like the quality of the work. Like if an artist knows or a developer knows that they have to make something that if people don't like it, they're not gonna pay for it the next time. Then it affects the quality of their work. They know now, like before, like I said, back in the day, you didn't have to worry about a leak or piracy. So you made a product as best as you could because you had those deadlines, you had that X amount of money, and you knew that you had to knock it out of the park this time because the next time they're not going to buy your product.
Yeah, but that was, like you said, back in the day when games weren't just, annual releases of the same thing. Well, when it's not just, they're not just trying to meet a deadline. So let's push out Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Syndicate? No, not Syndicate.
I think the last one was Syndicate.
The one before that was all fucked up.
What was it? The one in France, right?
Yeah.
Revolution or something?
Nope. Well, doesn't matter.
Whatever. Anyway,
yeah, let's push out that. A horrible product
Right.
that is broken.
Right.
And that's what it's become. Like, why wouldn't that justify piracy? If you bought that, you just bought a broken game. But if you pirated it, you would find out that it's broken.
But don't you think that part of the reason that they had to do that was the industry that they're working in now, where they have to get something out as fast as possible? They have to get it out before piracy groups can even get to it and try to get people to buy it.
I
don't see how developing a game faster would stop piracy.
I think that's a completely separate issue, honestly.
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I understand David's point in, like, if I planned on buying the game, I'm going to buy it regardless. And if I didn't plan on buying the game and I pirate the game, I was never going to buy that game. However, there's always bleed over with that argument because there are people that, of course, will play the game that would have originally bought it. Maybe they get in, 2 or 3 hours of enjoyment from that game, but that's still, $60, $30, $20 from this developer's pocket that they're taking, that they could have had if it wasn't for that.
For what though? For what? For someone to spend 3 hours of their time in?
Well, even if it's not, even if it's an exploratory thing where they don't know what they're buying, but they still bought it, the dev still gets that 30, 40, $60.
You are not. You have no right to that content if you didn't pay for it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You have absolutely no right to try that game. You have no right to play that game. You have no right to experience that game. It's as simple as that. Like that, in my mind, cut and dry. You don't deserve to play that game unless you pay money for it.
Adam, do you buy a car without test driving it?
I mean, if they want to put out a demo, sure, but that's not the same
They
thing.
don't do that.
That's not the same
Well, they don't do
thing.
that anymore because people pirate the game. Why even put a demo
I'm
out?
sure if they put demos out of the final product, that piracy would go down. If
Maybe.
they showed me how Assassin's Creed Syndicate is different from the other 5 or 6 that are out there, then maybe I'd be more interested in it.
I think I was mostly taking this from a musician standpoint, because if a musician puts a rapper, singer, whatever, they put an album out and it leaks before they can put it out, that's X amount of people who are not going to buy the album now. Hundreds of thousands of people who enjoyed the album but are not going to buy it. That's money literally out of my pocket now that I am not going to get back because you pirated it and you have it now and you're enjoying it and you love it, but you didn't give that money to me. Now I have to work even harder next time for the studio, or not the studio, I'm sorry, the label, to recoup the money that it's going to cost them to produce my next album.
Right.
Back in the day, you didn't have to worry about that. People were fans of you and they just bought your album. And if you put out a shitty album, you got bad reviews and they didn't buy your next album. But they, on faith, bought your first album, your second album. As long as you kept putting out good shit, they bought that album. And you used that money to fund your tour. And then the label recouped off the tour, and they took like a 80% cut off the album sales.
Yeah.
They recouped their money back, and the fucking system worked. I guess artists still got bent over a lot, but that's another conversation. The point is, piracy when it comes to the music industry, I think I don't see the positive in piracy in the music industry. When it comes to the video game industry, I see what you're saying. Oops, sorry. You're right. I don't think a lot of people were going to buy those games in the first place.
Because
that's why they
it's the
pirated.
lifespan or the length of the content you're getting.
Yeah.
Because I can sit down in an hour and listen to an album.
Yeah. Right, and then you can be done with it.
I could listen to an album while driving.
Yeah.
But I can't play a game while driving.
Yeah.
I can't sit down in an hour and get a whole feel for a game.
That's another thing that bothers me is people who will go like, they look at the track listing and go, there's only 10 songs on here. Why am I going to buy this? And it's like, did you not understand what it takes to put this thing together? You want 18 bullshit songs just to make it worth the amount of money that you're spending on it?
Like the $12.
It doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like, I want more songs. You want me to fill this fucking thing up with 20 tracks just so that you feel better about spending your $12, $13. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Quantity
you see
over
the same
quality.
thing.
But people's like, it's $1 per song if it's 12 tracks. It's like, but what if it's a classic
You
album?
see the same thing with indie developers too, in the lengths of their game.
Yeah.
Like,
with Firewatch, there was this whole big thing, right?
Right.
With the length of the game and people saying, I should get my money back. I spent X amount of dollars, but the game only lasted 2 to 3 hours. Why should I have to spend $20 on this game and I only played it a couple hours?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Well, people don't understand the quality over quantity argument. Like, if this game is incredible and it left a lasting mark on you, then
Firewatch is one of those games that I would play again.
especially if it warrants repeat plays.
First off, because it's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And like the camera that they give you in that game, like I completely neglected it the first time.
Yeah.
So I want to play it again so I can take some nice pictures and get some nice backgrounds. Honestly, so I can get some nice backgrounds. The first part of the game, you go to a lake and you got to stop these chicks from lighting off fireworks. You look up into the sun and it's just setting. You see the God rays coming over the mountain, and it's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of it. Anyway, no, but like, I don't know. I think a lot of people misinterpret games like Firewatch because that wasn't. I don't know what people went in there expecting. Like the way that the game opens. What else could you expect? How long could that game have gone? There are parts of the game that you draw you into kind of thinking that it's going to be something different, but it never develops like that. It has no reason to develop like that if you're paying attention to the story. But No, like when people say Firewatch is a bad game, I'm just like, what did you expect?
Well, they didn't say it's a bad game, just a short game, not worth the money.
What did they get out of it? What was it short on? Because it was full of content for me.
Literally just length.
Right.
That's it.
And it wasn't even like they're asking $60 for it.
Yeah.
If it's 3 hours, 4 hours, you're getting the equivalent of a $60 game. 9 hours, 10 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is like, you know, again, I can see the benefits of having piracy there for the try it before you buy it method. However, I think it's much easier to pirate a video game and not feel bad about it later, as opposed to pirating a CD where, like, I know that I'm hurting X artist. You know, like I have a face and a name to go to the person that I'm hurting. Now, mind you, it's not just them. It's also the producer. It's also the engineer. It's also everybody else that worked on that project that's hurting from that.
Yeah.
Generally. But, like, if I am going to pirate, you know, I don't know, a big game from EA or something, like, most people won't feel bad about that.
Right.
At all.
It's just a big faceless organization.
It's a big faceless organization that people generally hate, but you don't understand that there are human beings behind that as well.
Right.
So, I mean, I sympathize for a lot of the people that have their games undercut by, you know, an early leak or just a complete release on, you know, piracy platforms and stuff.
Right.
Especially indies that need the money to survive.
Right.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, if you like the game that you're playing, especially from an indie developer, can you imagine the amount of money that you're taking from them if, like, half the people who enjoyed the game pirated it?
Yeah. So, I mean, that happens every day.
Yeah.
So,
and that dev's not going to be able to make a second or a third game if, like, every time they make a good game, somebody pirates it.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, the biggest thing I would like to express is that if you enjoy a game, buy it. Even if you pirate it the first time. If you enjoy the game, the person that made that game put their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and that's their livelihood, that's their job.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do for a living. So, you know, if you want to see more games like that, if you want to see the gaming industry continue to prosper, give them some love, give them some money, give them support.
This kind of goes into the conversation I think we had before about quantifying art. And what it means to sell art, and what it means to I had this conversation with somebody else too, but it doesn't matter. To what it means to what it does to the art form itself when you sell it. Because, like you're saying, if you like something and you support something, then support it with your hard-earned money. But it has what that does is it feeds the not the desire, but I guess the need for an artist to make things to make money. And then it changes their priorities as to why they're making something.
Right.
You know, if there's no money involved, you don't make something to make money off of it, you just make it. But then you have to ask yourself, like, well, if you're making something and you're putting it out for people, shouldn't you get something back for it?
Right.
Or should you? Do you think that an artist deserves to be paid for something that they decided to do on their own? I decided to paint this picture. Now, if you want it, you have to pay me $500 for it.
Well, nobody's forcing you to buy it.
That's true. And if you want it, then you got to spend the money for it.
Right.
So I guess there's that. But to
Well,
say
I think
that
the
somebody
value-
deserves that amount of money.
The value of art comes, I think, from not having the ability to make that. The vision to make that. Like Salvador Dali. Who the hell could think of the shit that he painted?
Right. So you're paying for
That vision.
right that
That is
innovation.
what he
wow.
sees in his head.
Yeah.
What do you see in your head?
Not
Red
what he
balloons.
sees. Red balloons. No, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, that definitely has some merit to it for sure. But then there's, of course, like artists like Pollock that, you know, we could make something that looks similar in style. I mean, it's not going to be the same quality as a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah.
But
I could throw paint at a wall.
right.
Hope
So
that
it's also what I think you see within it that makes it worth something.
So you quantify it.
Correct.
How you...
The buyer of something. For instance, freaking Scarelli that bought the Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
Paid how much for it?
$2 million.
$2 million.
Yeah.
You know, for us, we'd pay maybe $10 for an album.
Yeah, I'm not spending
That's how much a Wu-Tang album is for us.
Well, that's like when Radiohead came out with In Rainbows on their website, and they said you can pay whatever you want for it. What do you value? How do you value this album? What do you really think you should spend on this?
And as a social experiment, I think most people spent $10 on it.
Yeah, they
willingly gave them $10.
Yeah, there were some people who put $0, but most people actually gave them a legit price for what they think was a good album price.
Right.
So yeah, maybe it's just. But then industry doesn't allow for that line of thinking. Mm-hmm. You know, a game is going to come out and it's going to be $60. Battlefront. I'm sorry. Battlefront is a game that I don't think is a $60 game.
No,
I think we've talked about it. It's not a $60 game. But industry calls for it to be a $60 game because of what the developers put into it, what the studio backed it. It's the standard. Right. It has to be that amount of money. No matter if it's a digital download or a physical copy, you have to spend that money, even though I wouldn't spend that kind of money on it.
Right.
Besides, some people would. Most people would. It sold pretty well. Yep. So, I don't know. We're in the weeds now. I don't think
you don't have answers at this point.
Right.
But
we do have an answer for this beer, though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? This was the Dogfish Head 75-minute IPA.
Correct.
With maple syrup.
Does anybody else have stuff at the bottom of their cup?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. And is that... What the fuck?
I don't know.
Is that like...
The yeast.
I don't taste the maple syrup. Does anybody taste the hint of maple? Anything?
I got a little bit of it.
I have a slight aftertone of it on my tongue.
A little bit.
It's pretty soft.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very light.
It's a hint.
Yeah.
Marco?
Yes? What do I think?
Yeah.
I would give this a 4.
I was going with 4 as well.
Yeah. It's good.
It's not what I was expecting. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, it's a tad bit too soft.
Yeah.
They were saying that, on the label, it's like it's between the 90-minute and the 60-minute. Sometimes the 60-minute isn't enough. Sometimes the 90-minute is too much. But 75 is always good.
Right. If it didn't have the mention of the bottle conditioned with maple syrup mention, I think I wouldn't have been as disappointed as I was.
Right. I guess you were anticipating it.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah. So too high of an expectation on that one. But that being said, I don't think you can really go wrong with a Dogfish Head IPA.
Right.
Sticking with the 4.
Sticking with the 4?
Yeah, I'm going with 4 too.
All right.
4's all around.
Oops. Unanimous 4.
Cool.
I think that's it.
Yep.
This has been the One the Baron Podcast. I am Marco Dupa. You are Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Champion!
And you are Drunk Dave Romero.
Super high.
Sometimes known as Sports with Dave Romero. Thank you guys for listening. Always drink delicious beer and have a good evening.
Peace.
Bye.